Welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 2. Last time we took care of all of Rowan's issues in town here, and now he's king! So that's cool. We also got to find Melphis for once, and we learned where our next point in the story is going to be. On the island of Garland, where Ryudo and Melphis' story began. We also got a new lady in our group. Little Tio in back there, the android lady. Tio is interesting, as the story will tell. Stat-wise, she's actually not... She doesn't have a terrible deficit or advantage in any one real stat. You can see she's got pretty decent off attack and defense, not as high as Ryudo or Merrig. But she is really fast. I mean, her act and move are really fast. As well as her magic and mentality are both pretty high. So she's going to be our new magic user. I've equipped her accordingly. Now, before we go, let's stay a night in the inn and see what everybody has to say. We'll have plenty of time to talk. We're going to be on a boat forever and a half. Okay, well, begin. Well... A master of insightful dialogue. I was hoping he would introduce himself. Good job. I like how Ryudo doesn't object. Like, Ryudo and Sky's relationship is great. Like, you can tell they're the best of friends. Anybody else have anything to say? Well, for taking everything as literally as she does, Ryudo's going to be a cause for concern. It'll do for now. I feel like we're just about done. Okay, yeah, you said that already. Said that already. Oops. Said that already. Alright. Just because someone pointed out that this dialogue was here. Normally I actually would skip over it, but it is some nice little dialogue to show off, so... They had a fair point. I have missed a couple up until now. Generally every inn we get has one, and they'll even occasionally, I imagine anyway, they'll change. Like, that inn would have one when we first got here, and it would have one when we left. So, since our next destination is on a faraway island, Rowan decided to give us a boat to get us there. That's the boat back there, but let's talk to these two buffoons. Yeah, but when you are the boss, you've got a lot more problems. Shove him into the water, Ryudo. Okay, let's talk to the boat keep. It be ready. I don't know how much hope that fills me with. But adventure awaits! A lot of water. And what is that noise? Probably. Where does the water keep coming from, then? That answers a few questions, and raises a few questions. Yeah, we don't know anything about Tio. She's just kind of... I think one thing I don't especially like, about the only thing with Tio, is that her character is very pale. Like, her model is very pale. Even a little green, I'd say. And that really lends it, like, very white, maybe with a tint of green. And it really lends itself to you seeing her and thinking of her as an android. But her portrait, on the other hand, is flesh-colored. Which makes you think of her, I don't know, less like the android she is. And I guess I feel like I would have liked it more if her portrait were just a little more... would have reflected her model a little more. Merrick, you're alright. Really, I mean, it... theoretically, as many machines of war as it could have made. A fair number of monsters in there, too. I'll get it taken care of. Gotta take care of my lady. How you two doing? No, I wanted to talk to Merrick. No, I want to talk to Merrick. Oh, because I'm... what if I like go way over here? Yeah. Well, let's go up and talk to the... actually, let's go back in real quick. I want to point out something. There are a couple things... this doesn't appear to be that glitch, but there are a couple things with this game that I don't entirely understand, because it may be part of the port that messed up a few things, but I'll notice that in a couple cutscenes, the camera will be positioned incorrectly. The most blatant time is when this happens, is when the camera puts itself in the middle of a plane. So you can actually, like, see under the floor or something. Sort of like you can see here, only this appears to have been done intentionally so you can see what's going on down there. But you would see something like this, like in a cutscene. Like, you're not supposed to be able to see down there. You're not supposed to be able to see through the floor. And it's only done it one time thus far, and I actually edited magically around that one. But it's also going to happen a couple times in the future. One or two more times that I can think of, and I believe a similar issue will make another cutscene look a little, or a particular scene in another cutscene, look a little awkward. Even though it won't necessarily clip anything. Like in that one, I think the camera was placed too high, as opposed to too low. But it's just something that I wanted everybody to be aware of, that I don't remember any of that happening in the Dreamcast version, which I played. In fact, the one cutscene that I just mentioned that is yet to happen, like with the camera being too high and whatnot, I specifically remember that cutscene playing out correctly in the Dreamcast version. So I don't know if that's a problem with the port or what. But it's just something I thought I'd let everybody know. Just for the sake of making it look nice, I'll try to edit around those when I can, but a lot of the time there's just nothing I'm going to be able to do about it, so just try to let video games be video games and not let it distract you from the cutscene. Hey, Captain, pull over. Wait a minute, can boats do this? I guess that wasn't so bad. Oh, sweet, merciful, solid ground. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is not exactly what we just said we'd do and stay close. Let's go exploring! There's a ledge up there we can't get up. And some grass over here we can't go through. So I guess we're going this way. The big pearl. I'm sure it's not important at all. They'll never come back and never be important. Get up there. Good number more of those spheres, but it is nice and big and open. Out of paranoia, though, can we kick those things into the ocean? And come to think of it, is it especially a good idea to, like, go this far out before we camp? That's nice, Merrig. You're alright. You guys gonna keep saying the same thing, probably? Yeah. And Ryudo is putting a stop to this discussion right fast. I'm glad that Sky stays a reasonably important character throughout the game. Like, despite that our group has grown, we don't see as much of him, but I'm glad that he didn't just kind of disappear into the wasteland. He's still there. He's still a party member. Well, she just shuts off her sound sensors, I guess. Still wish I could just kind of kick these into the ocean.